primarily what I understood is that its theme was to curb heavy investments on fossil fuels and to support robust planning, wherein the developed countries must ensure low carbon economies in a social just way, which they also talk about, which they also term it as just transition mechanism. Uh, as far as my observations for COP30 are concerned, I would like to underscore two major points. First is that they have also talked about GAP, which is a Gender Action Plan, uh, which implies that gender equality needs to be integrated in all verticals when it comes to climate actions. Women voices need to be heard, and women leadership needs to be encouraged when it comes to decision making and policy making, be it climate action, be it coming up with the solution for this climate crisis. Then the second thing, which is also related with our field, because we come from the mass communication area, and wherein the biggest threat is fake news, misinformation. So they have also underscored this thing that an effort should be made to combat misinformation, and it is also required to build an information integrity when it comes to climate crisis. Now when we talk about yet youth at COP30, so I believe that they have got a very well fitted platform to express their perspectives about climate justice, climate crisis, and etc. But we are also happy to see that these young champions are coming forward and they are taking lead. And it is also very imperative for them now, because they will be the most affected if they do not take an immediate action to this. So it's good that they are getting that platform. But again, now, like you have given me this topic that what is beyond COP30. So beyond COP30, they also need spaces to talk about this issue, and they also need support, adequate support from all the agencies, be it the government agencies, be it the the local people, communities, and all, wherein their voices can be heard, and they can talk about them, and they can advocate people and their communities, and they can go for this social mobilization. So what I believe is that they need to go to uh, local authorities, and then schools. They must go to the schools and talk to school students to raise their issues of concern. I also want to talk about when these young people are working on any issue, they need to work with we talk about a smart model. That smart model talks about that whatever issue of concern you want to talk about, you have to adopt a smart model wherein you should go for a specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound goals. So it is very, very important, because you cannot have everything in your kitty. You need to take up one particular issue and then work throughout on it, and you need to also find out what are the outcomes. So when we talk about these things, I believe now, because we are talking to netizens, and they know the best possible ways to use the social media tools and platforms. So I urge them to make the best use of them. Probably they may go for Insta reels, shorts, and podcasts to uh, talk to their communities and to advocate whatever they want to talk about. Here, from this platform, I would like to talk about three issues which I feel is uh, three issues which I feel are very, very important, and which should be which need a kind attention of everyone. If they really want to go about and bring change, there is one thing which they need to talk about, which is consumerism. Consumerism is what I will go, what Mahatma Gandhi ji had said, that there is enough for everyone's greed, but it's not enough for everyone. There's enough for everyone's need, but it's not enough for everyone's greed. So we need to limit our hoarding patterns of consuming commodities. Like if we want to have 20 pair of jeans, But what it is doing, it is affecting the climate, it is doing the depletion of the resources, and it is going against the theme of sustainable development. So here, the young champions which are here who are listening to me, I will request them that please uh, you also advocate this, and this also requires self-regulation. So you need to ask the others also that they need to combat this consumerism, and they need to talk about it, that how in we can stop this, hoarding of resources, and then saving it for the future generations. Then the second thing, it can be the this over usage of mobile phones. uh, I am a teacher, and when I go to university, I interact with the students, like it is our daily activity. And when I go there, I find that one student is having two mobile phones. Why? Why? What is the need? I mean, I'm sure you also understand that this overusage of mobile phones is also creating climate crisis and affecting our climate, because it is creating carbon footprint, and even the data consumption is also affecting the climate. It is not only about affecting the climate, it is also affecting our physical as well as mental health. So I think that this is also a very important issue of concern, and it should begin right from the schools also, because now we can witness that even school students are into the habit of using mobile phones. So rather than controlling, we are increasing the usage of mobile phones, which is affecting the climate as well. Because I was reading a report that it's not just about mental physical health, it is affecting the climate also. So that also needs to be addressed. Then the third thing, like today only I read it in a newspaper that uh, use of pesticides in while growing crops and vegetables and fruits and all. So that use of pesticides, today I was reading in a newspaper that now the these pesticide particles are found in the air also, and then they mix with the clouds, and then we get what we call acid rains. So we also need to mobilize people, especially people who are concerned with this agriculture sector, to stop use of pesticides. So I think when we talk about these specific issues, they can pick any of these issues and then they can talk about it. Then there is another thing which I need to mention, that most of the times we talk about tacit and explicit knowledge. So tacit is whatever is, explicit is whatever is available, whatever we are consuming, whatever we are getting and listening to. But tacit is which is very innate. So we need to also connect with the elderly people and find out solutions, that what are the viable solutions for these problems. So, and one more thing, that they also uh, must use certain theories. That theoretical understanding is also important when it comes to the practical approach. So there is a theory which is known as inoculation theory. Has anyone heard about this inoculation theory?
Yeah, I have heard about it. It's uh,
Yeah.
something related to immunization.
Right. So inoculation theory is, I mean, we all understand it's related. It's, we understand it as if it is a medical term, but it can be applicable for climate thing also. Wherein in inoculation, what do? We give a weak virus to our body, like we inject a weak virus in our body to fight the stronger virus, right? So similarly, when it comes to this climate information, misinformation, we try to deal with the community by giving them a weaker misinformation, and then making them, for instance, like we are telling them, no, humans are not doing anything wrong with the climate, they are not responsible for it, right? And we go and we talk to the people and we are telling this thing. Now what is, there will be certain people who will be resilient to this, who will not, they will resist this, they will not accept this. And through that we are creating that resilience, that if in the near future they are coming to know, they are coming across certain news regarding this, or some certain strong misinformation regarding this, they can understand this and they can refuse to accept it. Then there is another theory which we also encourage, especially in teaching area, but that can also be replicated here, which is also known as gamification theory. So now gamification theory is what, when you go to the people, you want to interact with them, and with the younger generation, you introduce certain games, certain exercises, which encourages community engagement. Why? Because this theory is also it is based on self determination theory and flow theory, which means balancing challenge with new skill sets creation, right? And it also helps in creating competence among the individuals. So certain exercises, certain activities should also be used while engaging with the target audience.